DJ's here, back at ya, and I'm chill again, as you can see, guys. You see a bottle in front of you, and a glass, and my bottle opener. So you know it's big beer time. It's time to have an end of the night chill session for DJ. And as usual, I think I see a pattern here developing. It's been one of those special days that each one of us gets to live in our life from time to time. Today we had a fun customer day, which wasn't too bad. I was able to deal with that. But then we had a nice flat tire to deal with that we had to change on the roadside. I have such skills, that doesn't mean I like to employ them. So now it's time to erase all those memories with my friend Mind Eraser known as beer and strong ABV. And what beer are we going to do to take care of this and erase the mind today? Oh shit, we're going to have DogFish Head Brewings out of Dover, Delaware, US of A, Palo Santo Marron. And this particular bottle is a 2011 version. I've been drinking this beer a long time, and I have all the way, I think, back to 2009 in this that I'm cellaring into to do a big mega vertical with some friends one day. And this particular beer, as you probably know, it's been kind of a ubiquitous beer almost now. It's a brown ale. It's a year-round serving, 12% ABV and 50 IBUs. Now, this beer is probably one of my favorite Dogfish Head beers. It's definitely my favorite in their main line. This and maybe Midas Touch. And this and, like I said, Midas Touch and Razon d'Ontra or whatever it is, I've been drinking those probably 3 beers the longest, and this is my favorite one. It's one of my favorite wood-aged beers, actually. Why? Because the Palo Santo Wood, and Palo Santo means sacred tree, the Palo Santo Wood, unlike oak, the wood has a lot of resins in it, and it imparts a lot of resinous character into the beer. Now, it's also a wood that they use in Paraguay, where the wood's from, the Palo Santo Wood, in making wine. And I guess the wine that's comparable to this would maybe be like an oak-aged Cabernet, something like that. Now, this beer is brewed in 10,000-gallon Palo Santo tanks, which are the biggest wood tanks, I think, in North America. They have oak ones like that, but I'm sure they're probably the biggest Palo Santo tanks. I don't know of any other ones, actually. And this beer starts out life with 3 weeks in stainless fermentation, and then they finish it off in the Palo Santo tanks. And for the sugar in this, they use sugar nut, or like, I think it's a natural cane sugar in this. So it's unfiltered, and I've been talking my head off about this beer. Why? Because I really enjoy it. Now, that said, enjoying it also means that I really prefer it with a year on it. As you may or may not know, if you've drank a bunch of Dogfish Head beers, their bigger beers are boozy as hell when they're new, for the most part. Not every one of them, but most of them are, especially when you get above the 10% range. Palo Santo is no exception to this rule. As you know, Worldwide Stout, 120 minute, those guys, you know, they're way better with some age on them. And in my opinion, Palo Santo is too. So let's stop flapping my gums, because I could talk about this beer all night. Let's get the cap off, get it in the glass, and tell you what's going down. Nice hiss off that 2-year-old beer. How do I know it's 2 years old? Man, I can smell the aroma from here, because the date's clearly listed in yellow ink-jetted ink on the back. We have our cool Palo Santo Dogfish Head crown. That's one of my favorite crowns, because it's one of my favorite beers, I suppose. Anyways, I've told you that more than once. Now, let's get this bad boy in the glass and see what we got going on in the aroma. Yeah. Now, this is a brown ale, but it's not like any other brown ale I've ever had. It pours like and drinks a lot like a strong porter. Put our Dogfish Head bottle over here now. Look at that, guys. Look at that chocolatey head. That doesn't look like any brown ale, does it, guys? Hell no. Wow. Really dark head, as you can see. A little sudsy up at the top. It's a 12% beer, but look at that. That's a solid finger head on a 2-year-old beer cellared, and it's got really great retention. Around the edges is super tight bubbles, and in the center, like a little bit of puck, it's sort of sudsy. And man, what a lovely looking beer. When you look up at it at the light, there's no light coming through this at all. I've tried to see if I could get light before I put flashlights on it. It just doesn't come through. This is a really dark brown ale. I guess maybe it could be an imperial brown ale. When I cellar these, I put these in like these plastic lined bags and I close them up really tight. And it's one of the few beers that when you open that bag, this waft of aroma comes out, which I can smell from here. Let's get a nose on this. I'm ready. Wow. Man. Sorry about that. You get the Palo Santo Wood. You get sweet caramel. All the booziness that you get in the nose in this when it's fresh is gone. You're getting oak, big vanilla, like honey, breadiness. Dark fruits, big, rich dark fruits, raisins, plums. A little bit of cherry in there, and that, like, almost like that wood in the background, the resinous tone of that wood that the Palo Santo only gives beer like this is just freaking awesome. Look at that. That's chilled out now. We got a solid collar on there when I swirl it. Look at that, guys. Instant glass lacing and curtains of alcohol clinging to the inside of this glass. Doesn't that look delicious? It does to me. Cheers, guys. Let's see what it tastes like. Wow. This beer is so good with age on it. The alcohol, you know it's there. It's not big present in the taste. You get a warming effect in your chest. This is like drinking a stout more than it's really like drinking a brown ale. They call it that, and maybe it is technically, but man, in the background, there's coffee flavor in your mouth, dark fruits, big vanilla, that resin from the wood. Wow, chocolate in there. You can see I'm like describing it like a stout, but the biggest flavors in this are the resin, the caramel, and the coffee aftertaste in this is just freaking awesome. I mean, I usually set them down. I guess I'll do that. Look at that glass lacing, guys. Nice. But, man, such a tasty beer. When this beer ages, like new, like I'm telling you, new, it's hot and boozy and bodacious, but these Dogfish Head bigger beers are like that. They're priced really to cellar too, in my opinion. I mean, for a 4-pack of this, I think the current price is like between $12.99 and $15.99, depending upon where you're buying it, plus tax, if that applies in your state, on the liquor. And man, just such a tasty beer. This takes brown ale to a whole new level. I mean, they're calling that, but it really, in my mind, it drinks so many ways, like more like a porter. But the bitterness in this is all of malt-driven bitterness, not necessarily hop bitterness. But man, it's such a tasty, tasty beer. You see, I keep going back to it. Such an awesome end of the night. And that day I had on the side of the road today, changing the fucking tire, man, that's all going away now. I'm kicking back. This is what craft beer is about, guys. Find a really awesome, flavorful beer. And for me, it's sharing it with you guys here. And I appreciate each and every one of you for watching DJs BrewTube, man. And shout outs to all my subs, all the guys who comment and all that stuff, man. Really awesome. I love the dialogue. This is just peace and amistad time now, man. Earlier in the day, I wasn't such a happy DJ. Anyways, what do the other guys rate this? It doesn't really matter what they rate it, okay? I'm not going to give any grades of what the other guys give on it, because this is a 2-year cellar beer. And, you know, new, they rate this pretty high, you know, in the 90s, that kind of thing. But to me, this is a solid A beer, really high A beer. I'm going to give this a 97. This is my favorite Dogfish Head beer. I really like Worldwide Stout when it's aged with about 5 years on it, but this you don't have to wait as long. So, anyways, guys, I'm giving it a real high A. Thanks a million for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, like I said. And we got to remember something really important. We got to think globally. We got to drink locally. I'm drinking pretty locally. I got cousins that live not far from Dover. Like, we got a house down the beach. Yeah, this is local beer for me. You know, got a house in the OC, not far at all to Rehoboth. So, support that craft beer movement. Keep this thing growing. Dogfish Head's growing, man. Put a bunch of new brewer equipment in. More tanks in, pumping out more of this beer. Hey, got to like that. Maybe they'll build another Palo Santo tank. Till the next time, guys. Thanks again. Yeah, that's a big peace out.